The Namibia Statistics Agency, NSA, has launched a national high-resolution satellite imagery for the entire country to be used during the census mapping exercise by combining statistics and location. The geoportal will help, amongst others, the Ministries of Land Reform, Urban and Rural Development, Safety and many other agencies in land surveying and evidence-based planning. Well, to shed some more light on this, we are now joined in studio by Alex Shimafeni, the NSA Statistician General. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Surya.
Firstly, can you explain how the geoportal or the satellite imagery or images actually work and what necessitated the need for this?
Thank you for the question. First of all, I would like to explain that we have now moved on an international level that we would like to have statistics linked to location. Now, with that, you need to have GIS coordinates in terms of where these areas are or where these people are living and so on. Now, the old method is that people normally take a plane and fly across the whole country to take pictures. But the challenge with that is that those pictures will be stagnant and once-off pictures only. Now, we did some research and we realized that we could get some of these images through some of the satellite service providers. So what will happen is that every 15 days, the satellite will pass Namibia and will take pictures of the country as it is. And you will be able to follow development of whether, especially if you talk about the shacks, whether they are increasing or they are decreasing. NamWater will be able to monitor in terms of water leakages for water wastages and so on from these images. The drought, you'll also be able to monitor the crop productions and so on. So this is really how these images works. And it's also for other planning. If you talk about Ministry of Industrialization in terms of where the businesses are and so on. This is the usages really or the importance of these images.
So we're moving forward with the digital age, but how beneficial is the geoportal, especially in the upcoming national census that we normally have and its reliability in data collection?
Yes, as I said, at the UN level, we have made a decision that we need to have the next round of censuses. We need to have a GIS-enabled census. So meaning that with every household or every infrastructure, we need to capture the GIS coordinates in terms of where this household is. And it's also beneficial if you look at the areas of the informal settlements. Some of the roads are not even mapped. We are going to map those areas also. The informal settlements, we had some areas at one point where there's fire, and then the fire brigade will not even know where to move to or how to get to that area. So this is one of the benefits that will be there. And also when we talk about integrated planning, whether it's from telecommunication services in terms of where the people are located in order for the telecommunications companies to put up their towers and to bring the services to the people.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk a little bit about the security benefits of this exercise. What is it? And given the fact that you will now be able to see every location, as you've just said, every household or any structure within Namibia, is this not an infringement of citizens' privacy in any way?
Not at all, Surya, because what the satellite, how it's positioned, is actually horizontal. So it actually just takes the rooftop of each infrastructure, of each structure. So the advantage is just it will tell you that this is a household or this is maybe a business premises and so on. Now, with regard to the privacy of individuals also, this is, if you happen to be outside when the satellite passes, it will just take the top of your head as well. But also, when I spoke about linking statistics to location.
Yes.
We will not also go out there and say this household belongs to Surya Gaumas Gucci, because this is what we already do when we collect data for census. But we just release data on an aggregate level. The only reason why we take your name is when you have to go back again to follow up questions and so on. So confidentiality is something that is key part of our DNA. We all, as employees of NSA, including myself, we sign oath of secrecy. We cannot release data on an individual level or with names. So that is taken care of. Even if you look at the police, if you look at the police and the army, we are in discussion also, because there are certain rules for some of the statistics that we can release. For example, we can plot to say where the police stations are for your own safety when you are looking for the police, but we cannot give statistics in terms of what is in those police stations.
So privacy is secure.
Oh, definitely.
Now, these high-resolution satellite images, Mr. Chimafeni, were acquired at a cost of $3 million. How sustainable is this undertaking from your perspective?
First of all, I want to speak a little bit about the cost, because to fly over the whole country, like I said earlier, it will cost you about between 75 million and 100 million Namibian dollars. Now, from what the 3 million, it represents only something between 3% to 4% of that cost. Now, imagine if each and every institution go out there and map and fly the whole country, it will be millions, maybe moving into billions. But if you look at the Section 47 to Section 49 of the Statistics Act, it mentioned about the establishment of the National Spatial Data Infrastructure, which enables the establishment of a geoportal and also things like where we need to put location to the statistics. So it also emphasizes a lot on coordination. Our role is really to coordinate, just like we coordinated in purchasing these images, because we bought them for 3 million, and it was 4 institutions that contributed to that in the name of the Ministry of Urban and Rural Development, the Ministry of Land Reform, UNFPA, and then NSA. So now sustainability going forward, if you talk about 10 institutions or even 100 institutions that will buy into this, it will only require for every institution to pay 30 million, but for more benefits that they are going to get, as opposed to doing it on their own, but spending millions on that. So that is the way forward, really, with coordinated effort, because we also need to have integrated planning also. Whether you are in telecommunications or any other field, you need to plan, not in silo, but with other institutions as well.
Mr. Chimafeni, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
And that was Mr. Alex Chimafeni, NSA Statistician General, talking to us about the newly launched National High Resolution Satellite Imagery for the country.